So it's the vault. Salutations to Lord Ganesha. Give a little moment of silence. Alright, so this is the basics, like astrology basics, basis of a horoscope. We went over houses in the previous one. So we'll get into signs now. And we'll start off with a few definitions for what a sign is and the branch off and stuff. Right? So what is a sign? A sign is an object, quality, or event whose presence indicates the probable occurrence of something. The second definition given for a sign is a gesture or action used to convey information or instruction, such as that of sign language, talking with your hands, but a gesture. So now let's look into a gesture. A gesture is a movement of part of the body to express an idea or meaning. The body in this sense is the cosmic man, so therefore the zodiac, the zodiacal body. And the signs are gestures of the parts of the body of the zodiac. So it comes from Latin gestura, which means way of carrying or a mode of action. Do you know what I'm saying? So signs then show how a planet's energy manifests, right? The mode of action that a planet, alright. So planets though have their own elements and nature and temperaments. They have their likes and dislikes. But the signs give the planet a certain quality, a behavior of how they do things. So for example, Aries is the field of action. It is fire and movable. Fire element, movable mode. So planets in Aries are active, bold, initiating, right? That's going to be their behavior. Planets that also have a fiery temperament, maybe they're Pitta, you dig what I'm saying, got somewhat of a passionate nature, they will do well in Aries. You feel me? Or creative temperaments such as Jupiter, they do well in Aries. Watery planets such as Moon and Venus might not do too well. It's like with other influences, sure. So there are 88 constellations in our sky, though along the ecliptic belt we observe 12 as being our zodiac. Zodiac means a circle of little animals, from Aries the ram towards the bull. Gemini would be Gemini the monkey or something. Cancer the crab, all the way through to Pisces the fish. Right. So signs are made of an element, a modality, and a ruler. The elements: fire, earth, air, and water. Fire and fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sag. So fire. The element is hot, dry, and ardent, meaning intensely passionate or just like blazing. So therefore fire gives the quality of being intense, passionate, creative, active, and bold. Aries is bold, you could say intense. Leo is passionate and creative. Sagittarius is active. Sagittarius is intense and bold, frank, right? Those are the fire signs. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The earth element is heavy, firm, rough. It's not so cool and it's not so warm. It's like a balmy kind of like. Balmy is the word, right? So earth gives the quality of being pragmatic, grounded, result-based, and persistent. You could say efficient or strategic also. So Taurus is grounded and persistent. Virgo is efficient, result-based, and pragmatic. Capricorn is strategic, persistent, all of the above, right? Air and air signs. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The element air is light, mobile. It's dry, subtle and rough, meaning that enough of it, and it's, in a certain intensity or whatever, it'll push you around, but subtle enough where, like a balmy day or a cool day, you just kind of going with the flow, subtle. So air gives the quality of being logical, intellectual, social, pervasive, communicative, right? I was going to say friendly, but that's not the case. That's not the case all the time. So Gemini is intellectual, curious. Libra is social, communicative. Aquarius is logical, pervasive, and kind of detached. Water, the water element. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The water element is cold, wet, soft, and dull. So water gives the quality of being emotional, intuitive, secretive, transformative, empathetic, deep, right? Cohesive, right? So Cancer is emotional, right? Cancer is emotional, sensitive, right? Soft, gentle. Scorpio is secretive, transformative. Pisces is what we call evolutionary, compassionate, empathetic, right? So the modes, there are 3 modes, and signs will be in one of 3 modes. So movable mode, or you may know it as cardinal. Keyword is spark, initiation, outward push. The movable signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So Aries is an outward push towards action, the initiation, spark of action. Cancer is the outward push towards care and support, gentleness. Just support. Libra is the outward push towards communication, the initiation of partnerships or initiating conversations, a spark in relationships. Capricorn is an outward push towards achievement, objectivity, or reaching an objective, and then an initiation of a strategy, right? Fixed signs, their keyword, fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. The keyword is enduring or endurance, deepening, and consolidation, right? So Taurus deepens and endures for material abundance. It deepens for material abundance. It has to consolidate, making, it has to consolidate what is of value. So that's what they focused on. Fixed signs, fixed houses, they show a certain specialization. You feel me? They don't do too much of anything else. It has to be in the scope of that sign. So Leo deepens their sense of self, their confidence, their integrity. You feel me? They have to consolidate their forces towards confidence, integrity, and a strong sense of self. Scorpios have to consolidate. They have to consolidate through transformation, ups and downs, intense emotions, just sudden events. So they have to endure and deepen themselves through what is fixed word? Strong emotions and intense feelings. And Aquarius deepens through an endurance with their own way of thinking and feeling. Thinking and communicating, right? They consolidate that. Dual signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. The keyword is adaptation, refinement, and flow. So Gemini adapts to information, conversation. Virgo adapts and refines through details, obstacles, struggles and stuff like that, but just mainly details. Details, and still information. Mercury. Sagittarius adapts and refines through, what do you call that? adapts and refines through learning, knowledge, wisdom, enthusiasm, and optimism. They go with the flow of optimism and good faith. Pisces adapts through detachment, disillusionment, or they refine through compassion and empathy. Really going with the flow. They actually go with the flow. So I'm gonna bring up Star Walk so we can look at the zodiacs and go through them. I need to pull this up on my phone. So I hope you can see this. This is Aries. Aries, we just going through the zodiac now. So Aries is fire element and movable. It is the first sign and it is the first element. So therefore, that's why it is imminent. It shows imminence. Planets in Aries. Oh, I gotta find the drive file. Planets in Aries, as we stated, planets in Aries. Oh no, go on drive. So planets in Aries are active, they're bold, they're courageous, they give real strong efforts. You understand what I'm saying? It is the head of the cosmic man, and just like your head is kinda on the smaller side of the signs, as they say in the houses. Oh, let me say this. So signs fit into houses. Is there overlap? No, the houses do not have overlap. So if a sign it sits in the first house, that's kind of what it is. Those stars and all of that, right? We'll talk about that as we get to Virgo, so you see the size difference, right? So yeah, Aries feel the action. Click off for Aries, please. Taurus is sensual and persistent. It is the face and neck of the cosmic man. Your face and neck are fit, like you can kind of turn your neck, but it's at the top, you feel me, and it's glued to your chest on the other part, right? So it is the field of fertility. So planets in Taurus want to grow. They want to be, they want to grow, they want to enjoy, they might want to be a little lazy and just have things come to them or whatever, but there is a still hard working sign because of the earth element. Right? That's Taurus. Next is Gemini. Gemini is the twins. Gemini is curious and observant. Gemini is curious and observant. It is the arm and shoulders of the cosmic man, and it is the field of quick movement. So planets in Gemini experience quick movement, quick action, quick thinking. They're very fast and swift. You dig what I'm saying? So this is why Jupiter, a slow-moving planet, kind of struggles in Gemini. You dig what I'm saying? Because he already spins fast on his axis. Now he's in an area of quick movement. He's spinning out of control sometimes. It's just so much information that he has to give. And then he's in a place where he's learning too. So he's got to soak things up. So Jupiter... You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? Facing arms of the cosmic man. If we remove these little jumps, if you can see the lines, these twins, they kind of holding hands. They in battle together. He's an archer. That shows a certain amount of discipline and a sight. He has a certain sight. He has a lance and a shield. That's Mars. That's actually Mars symbol is a circle and a point. You dig what I'm saying? So he represents action and efforts. Gemini is the natural third house of efforts. So yeah, your efforts, yeah, sure, you can be self-made through your efforts, but you have to supplement that with something else. The things that you might be good at, very clear that you're good at, you still have to confirm it with something else. The eagle, Aquila, the eagle has great sense of sight, but he uses his nose and his sense of smell to actually confirm the direction that he's going in life. You understand what I'm saying? And an archer probably can notice things way off. One twin is mortal, one twin is immortal in some mythology. So therefore, your intellect with Mercury also being dual and mutable, your intellect has to be tempered with the spiritual. Mercury is earth element. He already understands the material world. It's nothing much to figure out there, but it's the things that you don't see, the more subtler aspects of things that you really need to have a buddy for. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta get in a buddy system with God. So that's Gemini. Cancer is next. I'm still clicked on Gemini. So Cancer is next. Cancer is emotional and nurturing. It is the chest and breastplate of the cosmic man. It is the field of security and cohesion. So planets in Cancer are seeking security. They're seeking cohesion. They wanna bond and be devoted to someone or something. You dig what I'm saying? Sun in Cancer, they might be devoted or really seeking security in the field of their career and their profession. Moon in Cancer wants to feel secure in their emotions, which is strange enough. Moon doesn't actually like its own sign of Cancer because it's too watery, it's too movable signs are fast moving, so it moves too fast. It finds itself drowning in this water, and then as a result, it begins to project. The stars in Cancer are the dimmer stars in the zodiac. Like a lot of the stars in Cancer are dim, so therefore it's like you looking for light. You want to be shine. You may be looking for recognition in some instances, but then if we understand fourth house is the womb, it's triple blackness. So this is where all souls and beings come through this little gate in Cancer. You understand what I'm saying? Also represents mother, but the womb, fourth house, is moksha house. So it's actually a little bit difficult. Not in the sense of a Dhisthana house like 6, 8, 12, but it's difficult in terms of it represents things you have to let go of. You understand what I'm saying? So it feels the cohesion, but it's in a house that represents having to let go of things and detaching. Right? Alright, Leo. Next. Leo is confident with integrity, or we could say confident and integral. It is the heart, spine, and something like the diaphragm. You look at cats, they got them little chests, right? So it's like right up under the breastplate areas. It is the field of actualization. So planets in Leo want to be authentic. You dig what I'm saying? And they want to be expressed in a very authentic and confident way, dramatic way, right? Leo is fixed fire, so it stabilizes. What is fixed fire? Fixed fire depends on its sense of self. Fixed fire ruled by the sun. It depends on its own way of expressing and then expressing itself because it's Leo. So now we move to Virgo, and we'll talk about like the size of the constellations right here. Get it right. Okay. So Virgo is adapting or adaptive, adaptable, and efficient. It is the field, no. It is the intestines and abdomen area, and it is the field of organization. So planets in Virgo want to organize things. They're trying to adjust and adapt to certain details or obstacles. Like, okay, I think this could be better. So it might. So let's say Sun in Virgo may have a bit of a critical side about what people do for a living, what they themselves do for a living. Moon in Virgo, I know Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo is very observant and kind of critical. They're very efficient about how they maintain their personal spaces, their room, their houses. Don't touch nothing, everything. They know where everything at. They can sniff it out. You dig what I'm saying? So if we look at Virgo in the sky, it almost like we look at Virgo in comparison to Libra. Let's slide over here. It's at least 3 to 4 times larger than Libra, which means it's probably 3-4 times as larger than Aries, 2 or 3 times larger than Aries. You dig what I'm saying? Probably twice as large as any other constellation, save for Pisces. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's still the natural 6th house. In the scheme, if we think about it in terms of the body and the body of the cosmic man, if the cosmic man, or if your intestines, if you, man or woman, if your intestines spill into your 5th house, that's a diaphragmatic hernia, and it means something's wrong. Something ain't right. If your sixth house spills into your seventh house, you feel me, like near your waist, you might have just been disemboweled. Maybe you just got a hernia. You dig what I'm saying? But something ain't right. You understand what I'm saying? It fit, and it's by design. So the intestines, if we unravel our intestines, they'll, both of them, small and large, they'll end up at like 27 feet. So that's like 3 or 4 times longer than you are tall, the average person. You understand what I'm saying? Almost 5 times longer than the average person. So, but your intestines all fit into the sixth house, which is your abdomen and your gut area. You feel me? It's the potential to be a lot larger, but it still has to fit into that 30-degree span of a sixth house. You feel me? Constellation one thing, but the house is still the house. The house is the firmament. Right? So, another thing. In Virgo represents the harvest, like the time right before the harvest where you kind of getting things together. You might cut them down, but you still got to wait for them to ripen up, right? But wait to enjoy them, because Libra is enjoyment. So you wait to enjoy these things. But in her hand, where Spica is, this star, Spica, she holds wheat in her hand. With wheat, we get bread. You understand what I'm saying? When Jesus came to feed the multitude of people, he did it with a fish and a loaf of bread. That fish and loaf of bread is Virgo and Pisces, right? Fish represents salvation, for he so loved the world he gave his only son. So he gave man fish, salvation. It's made available for anybody that wants to partake of it. If you say that you want it, are you hungry? I also have bread. Virgo is large, Pisces is large. This is bread, represent the word of God. I can feed you all salvation and the word of God. You won't need to eat anything else. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why those constellations is large, because the word of God need to be made available, and because Mercury exalts in Virgo, and Mercury is a natural student of the scriptures. A person with a strong Mercury understands scriptures very well. They kind of just get those transmissions, those channels. So the word of God has to be made available, and it has to be made understandable. It got to be made perceptible. It cannot be small like Libra or like Aries. Aries, sun exaltation Aries, it can't be too big a sign, because you cannot put your ego above the word of God, or make it larger than the word of God. Make it larger than being saved, more important than being saved. You feel me? So by design. Alright. Is that it? Is that everything I wanted to say? We'll say it again when we get to Pisces, but let's move on to Libra. If I'm not mistaken, I have to scroll and swipe it up, right? Yes. So Libra is charming and interpersonal. It is the waist and pelvis area of the cosmic man, or just your body too, like in the natural zodiac though. You feel me? It is the field of relation. So planets in Libra want to relate. They want to cooperate. They want to give a helping hand. Maybe they want to well, how can I add on to that? You feel me? Ruled by Venus. It's about enjoyment, it's love, lust, that type of thing, filial love. You did. We can move on. So, one thing, you see the weight of Virgo, and then if you look at Scorpio, come on, it's kind of big too. There's some big claws on that jump, right? But then it also spanned from here past the galactic center to a degree. So it's a lot of weight, it's a lot of intensity in this part of the zodiac. In ancient times, they would recall there was no Libra. Libra is a scale, so it has to weigh and mediate between the first 6 signs from Aries to Virgo, and then the last about 5 signs from Scorpio all the way to Pisces. They're gonna say, I ain't including itself, so it's bridging the gap, right? Just little added little thing about Libras. Then we had Scorpio. Oop, way too fast with that one. Just like Scorpio, unexpected. You cannot control what goes on in Scorpio. You have to just, the key to Scorpio is surrender. So Scorpio is serious, secretive, dramatic, right? And private. It is the private parts of the cosmic man. Feel me? Your oingo boingos, you know what I'm saying? It is the field of transformation. So planets in Scorpio will undergo a transformation. It'll never be the same. You know, Sun in Scorpio, you feel me? Something's gonna happen with your father, maybe, or with something, and it just never be the same. Moon in Scorpio, something could happen in your emotional environment or your early development. Never be the same. It has to transform. You dig what I'm saying? So if we understand Scorpio is the natural eighth house represents secrets. You put your penis in your pussy. I shouldn't say pussy, but whatever. You put both of them in your pants or under your skirt, and it go under your waistline. Wherever your belt would be, that's where you put that. So therefore, Scorpio does not sit on our ecliptic like the other signs. It mainly sits beneath it. You feel me? A scorpion has a stinger on his back. The claws of the scorpion is the sign Libra. So therefore, it's like, let me just show you these. Like, don't you like, you know, the things that I might be in possession of, or the gestures that I give you, but don't look too hard, because I do have a stinger, and it is in my nature. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why Scorpio dips below the ecliptic, because you put your, you know what I'm saying, you put your junk under your belt. If your junk hanging over your belt, and nigga, something ain't right. You are diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Is that it? Yeah, something like that. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I'm at the top of the chart, so I'm gonna switch to it. There we go. I'm struggling to get the jump looking inside you. There we go. So I'm gonna put it down. Come on. Why are you doing this to me? Struggling to move it. I'ma just keep it right there. I'm struggling to get this joint moving, Cal. No, please, spare me. Oh my gosh. I'm getting frustrated, yo. I know it look crazy, but we gotta do it. So Sagittarius is idealistic, changeable, enthusiastic, right? It is the thighs and sciatica nerve of the cosmic man, and it is the field of integration. So Sagittarius, I wish the John was working with me. So you see his arrow is pointing towards Scorpion, but it's pointing to the heart of the Scorpion, right? So the ups and downs and the traumatic events and the shadows that you go through in life, and this is a karmic zone from the end of Scorpio to the beginning of Sag somewhat. So when you're going through things, you gotta find a way to integrate that. So 8th house is the house of surrender, but second to any house sustains that house. So God is what you surrender to. Sagittarius 9th house, natural 9th house of God, truth, religion, the source, you feel me? Supernatural help, you feel me? Things from beyond this existence. You understand what I'm saying? half man, half animal. You may have to integrate some of your primal urges with some of your more noble urges or something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? But then Chiron, this is Centaur, this symbol is Chiron. He was put in the stars because he had sustained an injury after being struck with a poisonous arrow. And not just any poison, it was a hydra poison. So it's kind of supposed to destroy and cause immense pain and destruction to any being that it inflicts. However, Chiron is an amazing healer, so therefore he really just was wounded tremendously, and he had to carry this wound around in his heart. He just keep holding on to it, and he can't really enjoy things in life, and he not really experiencing life and stuff like that until eventually he like, man, I can't really do this, you know, like I'm so good. I don't know if it's being good at healing, but not being able to really heal whatever pain that you're going through. And at that point, he surrendered to God. It was just like, alright, and God looked and was like, alright, I'm gonna place you in the stars. You feel me? Forever. So we go through things in life, and to integrate that, the main way you really gotta let go and let God. You might not have a clue. What did God tell Job? He asked Job a bunch of questions after Job was assuming this and assuming that. Hey, like, can you lead forth the Mazzaroth in that season? Or can you guide the bear with her sons, or with her cubs, her children, her kids? Feel me? And after so many questions, he asked him, well, do you just gotta brace yourself like a man and a woman in that sense? You know? We don't know what's really going on. We could try. That's what this is. You know? Astrology is to get rid of our own assumptions about things, you ask me. So Capricorn is authoritative and objective. It is the needs and it is the field of efficiency. So planets in Capricorn want to be efficient. They're looking for efficiency. They acting as taskmasters. They're very reserved, focused, and objective. Like they take away how they might actually feel about a thing just to get the thing done or do what needs to be done. Capricorn is the natural 10th house, which is the top of the chart, or it's the highest angle in a chart. So therefore, it has objective, the ability to see. And then it's authoritative. At the top of the chart, you're the boss. You feel me? So they strive to be the boss, right? So planets in Capricorn are efficient. Sun in Capricorn is very materialistic. Sun struggles because it's like yeah, I want to be in charge, but it's not about sattvic things now. It's in a field of ignorance. So it's just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get this and ball out and ball out and ball out. You feel me? Moon in Capricorn wants to be on top and make efficient. They want to have efficient emotions, so they treat their emotions like employees. Like, we get mad, then we do this and da 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 da. They get in that routine. So Capricorn represented by a sea goat, a mountain goat on the front half, and then like a little wet whale creature, crocodile on the back half. So what do we say? Mountain goats climb. They got a real sturdy kind of grip in their little hooves. They got a real grip. So Capricorns get a real grip early in life and stuff like that. They go and climb things, or maybe in the past or something like that. First half of life, second half. I'm trying to correlate that, but listen, the back half is a crocodile half. We might say fish half, sure, but it's a big little kind of fish creature. Ain't nothing you would want to fuck around with. But it's a they call it a makara. It's a crocodile or alligator. Alligators, when you get in their territory, they are ferocious. Like, it's a reptile, so they have fight or flight in them. They have a real sense of if it move, I'm gonna eat it. You dig what I'm saying? Mars, planet of energy, efforts, and action, exalts in Capricorn, so it kind of affirms this, that like, if it moves, I'm gonna eat it. I have to conquer it. I gotta be the boss of that thing. You feel me? And next is Aquarius. If I can do this So Aquarius is social and unconventional. It is the shins in the cosmic man, and it is the field of experimentation. So planets in Aquarius experiment or are unconventional. They may even the all of the stars in Aquarius are about like 300 plus light years away. Like they're in that type of range. So they're some of the oldest stars in our little system. Um, but because 300 light years away mean very distant, so therefore planets in Aquarius are going to be distant. Scorpio, that planet will undergo a transformation. It cannot avoid it. And in Aquarius, something similar happens where it's not so much a transformation. It could because it's ruled by Saturn, planet of transformation. But Aquarius show a distance. So planets in Aquarius, whatever that planet represent, you probably will be distant from that. So a person with Sun in Aquarius likely are distant from their father or vice versa. It just what it is. What it is. Aquarius is a karmic sign. What is that? Venus in Aquarius. This person is distant from their lover. You feel? Venus is not in a unfriendly sign. It's moving towards exaltation in Aquarius, but Venus doesn't get much benefit from Saturn in the sense that why would you want to be distant from enjoyments? You dig what I'm saying? It's a state of always delaying gratification to the degree that what you do get, you're not enjoying it. You understand what I'm saying? You're a bit confused about it. So Aquarius, field of experimentation. You just experiment. So Sun in Aquarius is a bit quirky. They experiment with how they are seen. Aquarius might show a person that reinvent themselves a lot. Moon in Aquarius and stuff like that, they experiment with their feelings. You dig what I'm saying? The things that they appreciate and love in that sense. Emotions. So lies down. That's awesome. Pisces. Pisces is a lot of things. Transcendent, empathetic. It is dreamy, right? Compassionate. It is the feet of the cosmic man. Oh, hit that button. Pisces is the feet of the cosmic man, right? Pisces is the field of evolution, field of salvation. So planets in Pisces want to evolve. They want to be saved. You dig what I'm saying? They're very, very spiritualized. You dig what I'm saying? In some instances. So Pisces and Virgo, I was talking about Virgo earlier. Pisces is a large constellation, much like how Virgo is large, take up a lot of space. The 12th house is still a span of 30 degrees. The sign might be huge, but a constellation, is a heap of objects. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, some of the stars are related, but there are other stars in Pisces that are many light years away, or stars and constellations that are far, far many light years away. You dig what I'm saying? So I was saying Pisces, it represents the field of evolution and salvation. Jesus was a fisher of men. Jesus fed the multitude of people with a fish and a loaf of bread. The loaf of bread is seen in the hand of the Virgin Virgo. She holds wheat in her left hand. So bread is the word of God, fish is salvation. These two constellations, from our perception when we look at them and how the stars span like such a large range, it's by divine design, because nigga, like, salvation is for everybody if they want it, and the word of God also is for everybody if they want it. It has to be in abundance. You dig what I'm saying? If it only seem like it's not, it's because the people don't want it. You got a choice. You feel me? But that's what I get. And the feet, Pisces represent the feet. When you at the feet of the Lord, the foot of your master, you are being saved. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's the most safest place. That's a real safe. That's the safest place to be. You feel me? You getting all the good game, but then you don't necessarily gotta go about it in those material ways that we do. You're going to be provided for. You don't gotta worry about where this is coming from, where that is coming from. It's all gonna trickle down from the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you be at the feet. And it's just like these certain principles are so immense in them higher levels that you really can only stand to be at their feet. it's weird, but it's not to say like anybody's super duper subject or you're low or beneath something. You know what I'm saying? So thank you and God bless.